Hi guys, what's up? It's Meg. Welcome back to Meg After Dark. Today we are back watching again The Walking Dead Season 1 Episode 5. After today we are one away to the season finale. I have a couple things I want to talk to you about real fast before we... Ooh, I want to watch this movie. Before we get into the show. This one is called Wildfire. So first off, okay, I'm just gonna pause this now that it's ready here. Okay, so first off, I've been able to see what each episode has done for my channel views wise, and it's been really fun watching this again. Some people told me I shouldn't do it, like, why are you doing this? Because, you know, nobody wants to see you watch the episode again or whatever. And a lot of comments that there's so many other shows out there. I am preferring to keep this channel like Walking Dead related, or at the very least apocalyptic zombie type related. At the same time, I don't really want to risk my channel and copyright going away from Walking Dead, like going away from what I know. Views aren't really that important to me. This has always just been something that's been like fun. I used to care about views a lot when I first started, as I think everyone does, and then you kind of just fade off. But I will say, you know, I have a little over 5,000 subscribers. It's taken a long fucking time to get there. I value each and every one of you a lot. And normally my reaction videos, when they come out for new episodes, gets around 2,000 views, give or take. Sometimes it's only, you know, 1,500. Sometimes I get a really good episode that goes higher, but it's right around 2,000. And my issue is that, in doing this season 1 rewatch, my very first, here, I'm just gonna show you. This is my, oh, I don't know if you can see it. Okay, so let me get closer because I can't see now. So if you see this one right here is The Walking Dead Season 1, the very first one we rewatched together. It got, what is that number? Because now it's too tiny, I can't see. It got 597 views, which is like fine, like that's totally cool. I wasn't expecting it to do as well as the other videos that I know, you know, the new videos. But then the next week, the episode 2 only got 371, and then episode 3 only got 277. That's literally like 100 difference. And then last week, episode 4 only got 187. So that's literally like, it dropped by almost 200 here, but then each week it's 100 less. So this video that I posted on Sunday only got 187 views. like I said, I normally never care about views, but that tells a lot. Like, that says a lot. It says that I know a lot of you are liking it. You know, there's 187 of you that are cool about it and you like it, but there's like, that's like 5,000 of you that still aren't watching and don't like it and don't care for these. So I do think I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna finish the next 2 to finish up season 1, and then I think I'm just gonna stop until something new comes out. You know, it's fun doing it, but at the same time, it's a lot of work to sit and edit the video and to have, you know, literally so many less views than normal. It just doesn't really seem worth it for me to put in that much time and effort. It's kind of stressful to do all of that only to have it, you know, not really fare well. So I hope you understand. Already 4 minutes of this video, half of you probably have already fast forwarded me. Let's get started watching it. Season 1, episode 5, Wildfire. Wildfire.
Last night, walkers came out of the woods. We lost people. Watch yourself. Morgan, take care of your boy. I'll try again tomorrow at dawn.
And I'm sure by at this point, Morgan's son, Dwayne, has already died, right? Which is why I think they never saw him again. Like, he never tried to make it to the city because his kid died. And this is... She literally stayed there all night. I don't want to make fun of it because obviously losing someone is really traumatic, but she's like frozen.
I'm so sorry. You just leave Amy like that. We need to deal with it. Same as the others. I feel like
Oh, I'm gonna tell her how it is.
Hand trap.
Oh, fuck. Who gave her a gun?
It works. Let that girl hamstring us. The dead girl's a time bomb. What do you suggest?
Daryl always knew what was up, right? He was the one who caught on real early.
Clean in the brain from here. Hell, I can
Yeah.
hit a turkey between the eyes from this distance.
No. God's sakes, let her be.
Lori.
Are you bleeding?
I just
Yeah.
got some on me from the bodies.
That blood's fresh. Were you bit?
No. Got scratched during the attack.
You got bit?
I'm fine.
Then show me.
Uh-oh. Oh, snap.
Don't tell. Please.
A walker got it. A walker bit Jim.
Jeez. Just throw one of your own right under the bus.
Show it to us.
Whoa.
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay.
You are not okay.
I'm okay.
He's not okay.
Okay.
And then this is their first experience of someone in their group getting bit and not knowing there's that moral dilemma, like, we know he's gonna turn, but now what do we do?
Is that what you
He's
want?
part of our group, you know? Like that first real dilemma. Oh, why did that scare me?
I'll do it. He's my husband.
He really got eaten, like really. The moment Carol got her freedom. Don't be sad. Oh. Oh, gross. She's gonna do it again. She's finally free. Yeah. Get him. Honey, she's turned. Like, did she really think she was coming back to life? Did no one tell her this is how it happens? Because everyone else was talking about how it's a ticking time bomb. And I swear she's looking at her like, oh my God, she came back. Look, like she's literally about to eat your face off. Get your face away from her. It's like I know what's gonna happen, but I'm still like, tense about it.
I always thought there'd be more time.
She's not listening to you. She just wants to eat you. Oh my God. All Amy wants is your throat. Get away from her!
I love you.
That was really close though. She literally nearly kissed her before she blew her brains out. Jeez. Okay, clearly she didn't think she was coming back since she was ready to shoot, but... Jeez.
These people need to know who the hell's in charge here. What the rules are. There are no rules.
Well, that's a problem.
Oh my God.
We haven't had 1 minute to hold on to anything of our old selves. We need time to mourn, and we need to bury our dead. That's what people do.
I always think it's funny because she's always mad about something. Like, she always has to argue about like any decision that anyone says. Especially Rick though.
Shane blames me for not being here. Do you? You got guns now.
We're stronger.
And we have fewer people. That makes us weaker. You want me to say I think you were right? I understand that.
She's like, but I will never side with you, ever.
All I can say is that neither one of you is entirely wrong.
I need you to help talk some sense into Rick.
Lori, the pawn between the two men.
Lori, it's a mistake.
We can't stay here. We both know
I was
that.
just telling Shane, I think we should trust your gut.
She's such a piece of work. She literally just questioned him. But in order to like get back at Shane, she says that. She's the worst.
I don't see it.
If it was your family, you'd feel differently.
What'd you say to me? I kept them safe, man.
Yeah.
I looked after them like they were they were mine.
I'm definitely taking Shane's side here
How'd you mean it?
in this conversation.
Go on, man. How'd you mean it?
You misinterpreted me, man.
He's like, look how easy it could be to retake my family. Okay, I don't mean that I take Shane's side in the entire thing because obviously, like, I don't condone this. But he did take care of them like it was his own family. And he was with Lori. Dale's face.
I know.
You just got caught.
Seriously.
Dale's like, I know what I saw.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's go.
You don't want to question Shane on what you just saw. Yikes. So I just want to clarify for a second. I'm going to pause this because I know that Shane obviously is in the wrong there, but he did rescue Lori and rescue Carl and kept them safe, and she slept with him and they had like this relationship going on. Like she thought that her husband was not coming back, right? And then so you catch feelings for this girl and her kid, and then she just fucking drops you and acts like you're a piece of shit. Mind you, he did tell her husband was dead. So there are like wrongs to the story as well. But like, I do see where his jealousy is coming from and where like he feels that he's been wronged. And I can see how that would how what Rick said would really make him upset, because he was taking care of them as if they were his own family, and he probably for the time being felt like they were his family and had become his family. So like, I get that portion of it. Obviously I wouldn't kill someone over that, so that was wrong. And I also think that in that moment, that was when that relationship between Dale and Shane started to go downhill. Like I really, in seeing that originally, I was really worried for Dale, because in that moment, seeing Shane train his gun on Rick, I was like, oh shit, like he could actually do this right now because he thinks he wouldn't be caught. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, when you see a gunshot, but you could say, oops, you know, I thought that it was a deer or something. But oh, I lost my train of thought there. But I remember being worried for Dale after that, being like, oh shit, like if Shane can do that, what will he do to Dale knowing that Dale saw him? Like, do you know what I mean? So I was always worried for Dale after that with when it came to Shane.
Either way, I'll be the first one to admit that.
Look at Andrea over here. I never saw that the first time. That's so sad.
I hope you were right about that place. I need you to be.
Oh, that scared me.
I gotta do what's best for my family.
You sure?
We talked about it. We're sure.
All right, Jay.
And then literally anytime there was some strange figure in any consecutive season, it was, I think it's Morales. Do you guys remember that? Do you remember how often the theories would come out for new episodes or like cliffhangers or anything like that, they'd be like, oh, Negan is Morales. It's Morales. Like every time, like any little thing happened, it's Morales. And I think that people said that so many times that finally the writers just gave in and made him be like a savior just so that we knew what happened to him. I honestly, if people hadn't brought Morales up so many times throughout all of the consecutive seasons, anytime anything happened, anytime there was going to be a new character or anything, they would be like, it's Morales. I feel like if all the people hadn't done that, all the conspiracy theorists, Walking Dead conspiracy theorists hadn't done that, they would have never brought him back for his cameo. Which I hated his cameo anyways. Like, turn into a baguette? Like, no! But you do have to realize what they have said to us so many times is that, like, what if we started following Negan from the beginning and the show was about Negan and the Saviors? We would totally take their side over Rick's group, which is so true. Most likely, depending on how they tell the story. But, you know, I mean, they could have easily been the protagonists in the story. So it's not necessarily that Morales felt like he was doing anything wrong or like he was really a bad guy. It's just he got in with that crowd and he eventually, which none of it ever made sense to me anyways. They never really explained it. Like, how did he just so happen to end up with them? I feel like it was just like a fan service that the writers put him in and brought him back for a cameo, like just to like make the fans happy, which I could have cared less, but couldn't have cared less. Yeah, couldn't have cared. That's how you say it, right? Okay, back to the story. There's this motorcycle in the back there. I never realized that.
Maybe the one from the kill. Yeah, that's it. Hey, another damn tree.
He's had a run of bad luck lately, hasn't he?
Jim, do you want this? No. You'll need it. I'm okay.
So Jim was just a walker out there somewhere.
Okay.
Ugh, sounds awful. I couldn't remember if they left him a gun or not. I was thinking they did leave him a gun.
Thanks for fighting for us. Okay.
Nobody else even says goodbye. They just walk away. That's sad.
Feeling very off kilter these days.
Aren't we all? Never felt that message more than right now.
Alert status. Air qualifiers in.
Ooh, it got you.
All personnel contamination in effect.
Oh, all his work destroyed. I don't know that I realized that's what happened last. Or maybe it's just been so long since I've seen that.
Complete.
God, it just burned everything that he'd been working on.
Is there?
I feel like he's slowly losing it in there after being there for so long. This is gonna be all of us in quarantine next year when 2021 occurs and we're still in quarantine.
I think tomorrow I'm gonna blow my brains out.
Oh God. See?
I haven't decided.
I haven't decided yet. Oh my God.
But tonight, I'm getting drunk.
Look at all the flies. They never show flies anymore. It's like the flies are all used to it, so they're not interested anymore. And they never cover their mouths anymore either. Like the smell just literally doesn't bother them at all. It's funny to see that reaction now.
Listen, look, where you going? He made a call. There's a one damn call.
Daryl's mad. Daryl's mad.
Rick, this is a dead end.
Where are we gonna go?
Do you hear me? No blame.
She's right. We can't be this close to the city after dark. Forget Fort Benning. We need answers tonight. Now.
We'll think.
Lori always demanding answers and never coming up with any good ideas.
You imagined it.
No, it moved.
Come on, let's go. Come on.
Do what's right, man.
You're killing us. You're killing us. You're killing us.
See you all. If it wasn't for Rick, he wouldn't have gotten there and got food and showers. Rick always knew what to do, right? Even if it didn't seem right at the time, he always knew. I really like that moment. Here, let me pause this. I really like that moment where he is literally like, everyone else has given up and they're mad and scared, and like Shane's trying to pull him away and he's just like, no, I know it. I know someone's in there, and he just keeps screaming for help until the guy gives in. I love that part. I just really loved the CDC episode because it held so much hope, and then their hopes just completely, utterly dashed and ruined. And then it's kind of like, well, what the fuck do we do now? Like, what is life now when it is totally confirmed that there is no help out there, that this is the new way of life? You know, like I think they still held on to a little bit of hope that maybe there was something out there. At least Rick did, you know, and a lot of them kind of just went along for the ride. But I always really enjoyed this episode just because of how high their hopes were once they actually got inside. And then at the end where Jenner, you know, basically tells them the whole thing was gonna fucking blow up and they're stuck there. And they're like, oh shit, you know, and they find out that, well, and Rick finds out the most important thing ever that he doesn't tell anyone for a while was that they're all infected. So I don't know, I just thought that was such a good episode. I mean, granted, there's been lots of episodes since then that have been way better, but I always just enjoyed that as a first season finale, having all of their hopes just completely dashed and then wondering where the fuck we go from here. So, and I can't help but like feeling like I so relate to a lot of the stuff that's going on. Like now more than ever, you think about like, what if this COVID-19 shit goes on for a while? What if it gets worse? What if it mutates more? Like, what if we all become zombies? Like, I'm kidding. I don't think that's gonna happen. But it does, like, being home and self-quarantining and choosing to do that, it does like kind of make you feel like you're in this kind of start of like beginning of the apocalypse. Like you don't know what's gonna happen. Like, are things gonna go back to normal soon, or are we gonna be still dealing with this years from now? Like, it's just, I don't know, I just feel like I can relate to these episodes so much more now. And then I'm like, man, I need to like learn some survival skills so we can be as good as Rick if the time comes. Anyways, you guys, thanks so much for watching this with me. Again, I will be filming next week's episode, the season finale, season 6, or episode 6, excuse me. But I am gonna take a break, reevaluate. I don't think I'm gonna do season 2. I think we're just gonna kind of wait it out. If we have to wait too long, then maybe we'll go back to season 2. But again, I just feel like I'm enjoying filming these, but there's so few people actually watching them that it's just not worth the effort. So I'm sorry for those of you who are excited for season 2, but at this point, I think I'm just not gonna. But I hope you guys are doing well and stay healthy, stay home if you can, and we will get through this. Hopefully it won't end with the apocalypse. Hopefully it won't end with walkers. Okay, you guys, have a great night. Bye.